Okay, now it's Saturday, May 25th. We're going to take this down there today. Almost don't want to. It is extremely warm and humid. It's not super duper hot. It's going to be in the low to mid 90s, but it's really humid and air is not good. Now last week it started out, I thought I did some good because it did go a 56 off the trailer, which is slower than the week before, but the air was really terrible, about like it is today. So I thought I did some good, and then as you've seen from the last video on the passes, it did slow down as the night went, and it should not do that. This car's jetted exactly the way it always was. I mean, for the past 20-something years, same jets that I've always had in this carburetor, and it was always consistent, and it always picked up a little, maybe one number per pass as the sun went down and the night cooled down a little bit, depending on how stagnant the air would get in the middle of the summer. So something is just changing on it. And remember that new distributor I put in last year or 2 years ago? I got it over here. I decided to take it out because, if you remember, I wanted to try something different and not lock the Advance out like most drag cars are. And I just could not get a good steady timing reading on it. Every time I put it on there, it just seemed to be a little different. It would change and fluctuate. And so I put my old distributor back in it, but I put a new ignition module in it. It's already in, Advance locked out. Bought a new coil. These are not cheap, but my old coil was about 15 years old. My ignition box was also over 10. I'm not exactly sure. And so I took a gamble and bought a new one of those. It won't hurt me to have a spare ignition box if that wasn't it. And there it is. It's a 7AL2. They are not cheap. But all that stuff is so old, and they can kind of mess with your timing if things go wrong and not go completely dead. So I decided to just replace all that, and it's a gamble. It might not change a thing, or it might surprise us. One thing that's kind of weird about it, right now we're at 35 degrees, fully advanced all the time, and we'll start out there. I think I used to run up to 38 or 40 degrees. But usually without a start retard set like that, and I don't have one hooked up to it, should be hard to start, but it's not. Makes me wonder what's going on there. But maybe it's because I only got it at 35 degrees. I don't know. But we'll go ahead and start it up. Something else I was looking into, and I can't really do anything about it yet because my generator is covered in junk in the trailer and needs some work. But since I run a 100 amp alternator and 2 batteries, I never charge between rounds. A lot of racers do. I never felt a need for it and never really had a problem because the car always did what it was supposed to do. And so I put bought a voltage gauge, or a multimeter, and the voltage is good. It's around 14. It goes down to 13. These 12 volt batteries, of course, but it goes down to 13.6 when you turn on everything, meaning the lights and all that. So I don't think that is causing it to happen. I got 86% just after a start up there. So actually it was 84% while I was charging. So but really I should have them at 100%, but we'll see. I might need new batteries, who knows. These batteries have been in here forever also. So we're going to try this out again. It's going to be really hot. Don't know what it'll run. It might run the same. Even if it runs the same, if it just stays consistent, I can deal with it for now. So get ready to make some runs. We're going to pause the camera, we're going to load it up, and we're going to go down there. It's going to be hot.